So we're going to focus here on some of the folks that are, right at the ground level, working with customers and helping them through those big challenges. That of course, is Datalink that's here with me today. Datalink has cloud and virtualization practices and work with many technology providers to help them understand and take advantage of many of the new technologies that are available today. So special broadcast from the Wikibon studio in Marlborough, Massachusetts. Joining me for this segment are Ken Christensen, who is a CUBE alum. We've had him on at EMC World talking about converged infrastructure, and Kent is the virtualization practice director. Kent, welcome back.
Thank you for having me back.
Great, and also we have Mark Myers, who's first time on theCUBE, and you are the Cloud Service Management Director. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, I'm very glad to be here.
Great. So gentlemen, with the setup that we have, that there's so many changes that customers need to think about, and the way IT is done has changed a lot. Mark, Datalink's been around for 20 years now. Can you talk to us a little bit about what Datalink does and how what you've done has changed over those times from a technology standpoint?
Okay. Datalink started, as you said, about 20 years ago. It started as a hardware technology reseller focused on storage. As the industry evolved and we started moving, especially as we moved into more and more virtualization, more and more technology, and the climate has become much more complex. Datalink has also evolved, where over the last couple of years, Datalink has started developing close relationships with not only the clients, but with the advanced services. What we're looking at is how do we bring more than just technology to our clients, so that as they're trying to figure out how they best play and where IT fits into their business, we're actually helping them move IT from just a data center over-the-wall group to actually a partner in IT as a service.
Great. Mark, can you tell us a little bit about geographically and what kind of headcount you guys have?
Datalink has approximately 500 people spread across the U.S. We've got, if you break it down, everything that we do is driven by partnering with the clients throughout, so that we've got a very large technical team on the order of over 200 people. We have the sales team that goes out and helps work with clients, and the idea is not just to look to see what they want from a technology piece, but what is their business doing. So the sales team is almost 100 people, and then we're developing a new division called Advanced Services, and right now that team is about 50 people. The idea of Advanced Services is how do we partner better with the client.
Great, and I love the services focus that you guys have. Obviously, there's certain technology players that you guys work with. Can you give us a little bit of that spread?
Can I pass that to Kent to talk about some of our technology?
Yeah, so we have very strategic partnerships. We're here with EMC, it's down the road, NetApp, Hitachi Data Systems, Cisco, VMware, Symantec. Those are examples of our what we call strategic partners, and then we have partnerships with a lot of other leading edge technologies, best of breed technologies that fit into those overall solutions.
Okay, great. So Kent, we talked to you last time about converged infrastructure. Let's talk about what you're seeing from the converged infrastructure market. Obviously, you guys are working with Cisco. You said EMC, NetApp, who's got their FlexPod partnership, Hitachi, who's got a play in that position. What are you seeing in the converged infrastructure market, and how is that maturing from your point of view?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, we've been in that for quite some time. As it was, Mark was pointing out that we were evolving as our customers were evolving and the challenges they were trying to meet, and we knew just selling storage didn't make sense. So we started building and working with our leading providers in converged infrastructure. A lot of that is around Cisco, feeds into EMC infrastructures and VCE infrastructures and FlexPods and even some of the variants of Hitachi. Certainly our customers are under a lot of pressure to meet the bottom line, and one of the ways they do that is leveraging more of a unified and converged infrastructure. So we have invested in that heavily over the last 3 to 4 years, created a leadership position in that. We offer a lot of the different solutions that the customers can consider and can help them compare and contrast, and it's a market that by almost any measure is growing very, very rapidly.
Okay, so Ken, when Wikibon looks at the converged infrastructure space, we think it's much more than just kind of wrapping a bunch of pieces into a single hardware. Wikibon CTO David Floyer actually said that the further up the stack you go, kind of exponentially how much more value is added. If we look about how solutions are integrated, probably the one that's most integrated out there is like Oracle. I mean, they own the entire stack. They put a red stack together. If you look at what VCE's doing, what NetApp's doing, they're adding applications and specialized systems. But you guys play a part in kind of that application piece. Can you talk to that some?
Absolutely. So, it is about delivering the application, and it is about delivering business value and being more efficient. And so, one of the roles that converged infrastructure plays is it gives me a head start. So I'm not starting with pieces from multiple vendors and trying to figure out how these things wire together. It takes risk. I'm going to go and deploy a new architecture. Am I the first one to ever do that? And does it work? And that's a lot of the value prop that VCE brings. Is it does an inordinate amount of testing. But as you pointed out, then there's also the application testing that the organizations do that says, well, if I really wanted to roll out Oracle or SAP or something like that on an infrastructure, has it been tested and can we leverage that testing? So definitely it's about delivering the applications and delivering the value.
Okay, so it sounds like you're also helping kind of that last mile of the application, because no matter how much testing's been done, in general, it's how do I get that into kind of my full stack environment? Is that true?
Yeah, I think, to imply, converged infrastructure starts to lead into cloud and delivering IT as a service, et cetera. And to kind of think that a product, right, it's more of a solution, right? What are you trying to accomplish in your business? Let me bring solutions that meet those needs and help you accelerate your time to market and things like that. So if you look at it as I've got a product and I'm going to go sell it to you, that usually doesn't work as well now as architecting something into their environment. So we have there's still a lot of work to do over and beyond a converged infrastructure. One is to make sure we get the right stuff to meet your need. Two is how do we get the applications onto it, right? And then three, as Mark will elaborate on, is how do we get into automating that and creating a cloud-like service offering, which a lot of them are good foundations for. And then once I have those pieces in place, what is it I'm trying to do? What will actually meet the business need, and what are the services that I should be automating? So
great. So you brought up cloud, and of course cloud can mean many things to many people. Private cloud, built on converged infrastructure, obviously is growing pretty great here. Mark, I'm wondering if we can come back to you. You've got your cloud practice. How do you start that discussion, with the CIO, with the IT team, as to how they approach cloud? Which I guess for this discussion, I'll say, cloud's going to include everything. Salesforce has their Dreamforce conference going on right now, as one of the early software as a service solutions out there. We were just at Amazon's conference, which has infrastructure as a service, and you've got private cloud solutions like what you were offering. My understanding is you help them, look at that holistically. But can you unpack that a little bit for us?
Yeah, and that actually is probably one of the most common questions we get right now is, what cloud do we need? And we say, okay, deep breath, step back, and we start with the service catalog. One of the big areas that we're finding is that as public cloud is available, business units are going to almost the public cloud immediately because they can get it fast, they can get it agile, and they can get what they need.
Yeah, swipe it with a credit card and you're off to go.
And you're there. The IT departments are saying, but we're trying to meet their needs. So that's why we say, let's step back and let's start getting a business alignment. And business requirements, how the company operates, really drives where they use the cloud. Most of our clients will end up in a hybrid cloud, but that's not where they start. It's helping them figure out what their processes are, understanding what they have to deliver, aligning that to business, moving to a private cloud, and then moving to a public cloud, but also finding places where public cloud can help right away. Proof of concepts. If they need to do a quick prototype, public cloud is great for that. It helps them move it without them having to build that. So it's helping them understand, actually it's helping the IT departments come out of the data center and actually talking to the business units and understanding how the business units operate. And whenever they go to a public cloud provider, what are they asking for? Because it's in their own data center. It's just been hard to get to.